what is your expectation for this evening? I can see our time is up. Yes. And just generally, what is your expectation? Grace joining us from Pika, that is good. Let me try and rename. If you can rename it, would be better so that I can get to know your name. Okay, let me mute this. I think we're already live on YouTube. This is great. I can see there's Beryl, your expectation is to get guaranteed inside of landing a job. Be sure that will be met 100% or even above that. Yeah, not only getting a job, but a good paying job. But that is a good expectation there. Washera joining us from Nairobi, Karibu Sana. I think I just need to rename Grace so that I don't keep on. And today we seem to be having so many Graces. Is it Graces? Yeah, the Grace has, they have graced this occasion. Interesting. Let me just, because you have that note, it will be easy for me to know who I'm talking to. So, good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the evening, the time that you have been waiting for. It's already 7:30. I want to kickstart this session. And as I read some of your expectation, I know I will be able to meet them. Washera, you're saying you want to know how to get into the NGO and from private sector. This will be an evening that will just change your, that will be met. Eric, you're talking about to get ideas on finding a good job and a good paying job for that matter. Eric, that will be met. I can see Jenwe Songa. My expectation is to get tips on how to tailor my CV with a job description so that I can nail my dream job. Oh, there's a whole section I'll talk about CV writing and professional CV writing. So hang on in there, that will be met. Amos, you're expecting to know more about getting good income apart from being a teacher. Now, right now, I'm also a teacher by profession. So yeah, I think I have some insights on how to do that. So Amos, you are in great hands. And especially if you can be able to get into the NGO world, that private sector, these international organizations, whoa, it's a whole field by itself. So let me switch on to my presentation here and say this. By the way, we'll be using the chat a lot. Let me mention that. And the other thing is, I want you to pay full attention for the next 1 hour, 1.5 hours. By 9, we will be out of this place. Now, I am guessing for a lot of you, this is probably not the first webinar, seminar, or training that you are attending. The first thing I want to mention is that if you have failed to earn more money in the past, it is not your fault. There is a lot of information out there, and many a times that the information overload keeps you from success, and it's okay. If you have been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed in employment, I want to put those fears to rest. You just need the right person to explain it to you. On the other hand, the society has perpetuated the message that you need to be an entrepreneur for you to be successful. And whenever you introduce yourself as an employee, you are taken as a second-class citizen. But I want to tell you this. Most people are better off as employees because that is where they get the highest level of satisfaction and also high productivity. The big corporations, the education system, and the government, they want you to think that you need some fancy college degree for you to be successful. I am here to tell you that they are wrong. They have their own reasons for wanting you to think that, but it is not true. If you have ever thought that the government and the education system wants you to fail, you're probably right. They don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep you in debt and in need. The difference with us is that we actually care about your success and truly wants to see you living the life of your dreams. So that is what we are here for. I know you have that dream job that will give you the highest satisfaction and will utilize your full potential. And I'm here to show you how to make that happen during this training session. So my question to you is, are you ready? If you're ready, drop that in the chat and say, yes, I am ready. Are you ready? As I told you, this is going to be a great chatting opportunity for you to get connected with me. So my question to you, are you ready? I can see what Shira you're saying. Yes, I'm ready, which is good. Who else is ready here? Sarah is, Esther Sarah is ready. Alan Kamau is ready. Amos is ready. Grace is ready. Now, I don't know which Grace, but I know there are several Grace. More than ready. I can see Alex Matundra. You say you're ready. Grace, again, yes, I'm ready. Vivian, oh, yes. Oh, this is great. Eric Bully is ready. Wu Banis is also ready. Who else is here and is ready? So let's get started, right? Let's get started. Let me not keep you. Let's start this thing up, yeah? Thank you, Grace, for being ready. I want you to imagine this, that you attend an interview. And once you attend an interview, the hiring manager tells you these 3 magic words. And by the way, I want to say, if you're on YouTube and you're following us, the only way I can be able to know you're there is if you drop a chat, say something on the chat. I might know, I can see some people are live. Yes, but if you're there, say hello or just answer a question in the chat so that I know that you're there. I want you to imagine this, yeah? You have attended this interview and the hiring manager tells you the 3 magic words that each and every interviewee are waiting for. You are hired. Now, you start working as expected of you, and at the end of the month, you receive a paycheck or payslip that looks like this. Your basic salary is 180,000. Your house allowance is 50,000. Your medical allowance, 25,000. Your commuting allowance, 15,000. All this totaling up to about 270,000. Can I give you a second just to close your eyes and imagine that amount of money hitting your account? Yeah, it is possible. Imagine that. Now that you have that picture in your head, my first question to you is, what does a 6-figure salary mean to you? And I will actually wait for you to respond on the chat, yeah? What does a 6-figure salary mean to you? The reason why I'm asking this is because I have asked this question to several people, and I get a big array of answers, which there's nothing which is correct and nothing which is wrong, yeah? It's up to you. Some people it's about financial freedom. Some people it's about taking their kids to good schools. Some people is about that dream house, the dream car, going to vacation or traveling around the world. In your case, in a word or two, I want you to tell me in the chat, what does a 6-figure salary mean to you? Just if you narrow it down, because it becomes very difficult when you're chasing after this 6-figure salary and you don't even know what it's about. Yeah, so that it feels like you're chasing after the wind. So if you're there, I want to engage you right now. What does a 6-figure salary mean to you? Alan, Amos, Bamis, Beryl. I'll wait for a minute or so. So hopefully you're typing out Janet. Oh, there's Jane Wesonga. Yeah, Maureen. What does a 6-figure salary mean to you? Washera, what does it mean? And yeah, let me just wait. And I want to believe that. Thank you very much. Kamau, you're talking about meeting my needs and investing. 100% correct. I am sure with this amount, you are able, first of all, to meet your very basic needs. And then from there, you are able to go ahead and do what? And meet your other needs and now even have enough to invest. Somebody, Washera, you're talking about, it means value of my contribution. Yeah, it's a reflection of someone is actually valuing what you are contributing, which is great. Grace is about financial freedom. Jane was song of 6-figure salary provides me with good quality of life. Very, very correct. I think that is where you get the quality of life and you get to pick anything that you want, not based on the price tag, but because you want it or you need it. You know, sometimes we are limited from what we want to pick because of the amount, yeah? Financial stability, that is Maureen. Freedom, that is Beryl. Having extra to invest, that is true, Eric Muli. Oh, they are now coming in. Financial stability. Oh, this is good. I think now we have started on well, and you can start seeing why it is important for you to actually go after this kind of jobs, this kind of salary, because they are actually out there to help you be more stable, to be able to invest, to be able to have that freedom. And it is very important. Now, as I want to say this, when I was planning this training, I was targeting 2 types of people. The first kind of person I really wanted to help is someone who is a professional who feels that the lack of a degree or that master's is the hindrance to their career progression. So if that is you, you're feeling, I wish I had this degree, I had this master's, and you're feeling stuck, that is the only thing. I'm here to help you. Actually, you don't need that degree. It's what I'm going to share with you that will just change your whole mindset and thinking. Bibian, I can see you talk about it's about investment. This is super great. I like that. Now, the other thing I also want to mention is that I am trying to help someone with or without a degree, and they're feeling stuck in their career. So if that is what you are undergoing and you're feeling, oh, I'm really stuck in my career, I don't see how to proceed, I don't see career growth opportunities, then this session is going to be very valuable to you. I'm also talking about a six-figure salary will help me to invest more and live my dreams. 100% correct. I agree with you. Now, for you, my other goal is to make sure that, to let you know that the only way to get this six-figure salary, even without a degree or master's, is by acquiring what I call the Badass Pro skills. And the only place you can get these Badass Pro skills is through a program called the Badass Pro. I'll talk a little bit more about it later, but for now, let's get to know how we are able to get there. For those of you who are meeting me for the very first time, my name is Daniel Mutuku. I am the founder of Career Point Solutions. Over the last 10 years, I have been blessed to work in recruitment as a career advisor and also as a personal and professional development coach. On top of that, I am a certified digital marketer by Google. I'm also a very proud member of a group called the League of Young Professionals, LYP. On top of that, I'm also an author of 4 books. Yeah, as I count 4 books. The first one is Facebook for Profit, how to easily use Facebook for profit and enable you to earn extra cash, even on a part-time basis. The second book was Blueprint for Success, Guaranteed Step to Achieving Anything. Now, these books are out there for free, and Conquer the Year Ahead. I wish you can get this book. It will help you to make the next 12 months your best year ever. If you want to say 2022 was my best year ever, you better get this. I'm giving this book for free. I'll let you know where you can get it. I'll drop the link in the chat. And also this book, The Ultimate Cover Letter Guide, 101 Sample Cover Letters for all professionals. You can still be able to get it for free. Before we start, I have 2 questions, and this will form the basis of our conversation today. Number 1, and I'll wait for you to answer. Yeah. The question is, will you let me be your coach? Will you allow me to guide you, to be your mentor during the next 1.5 hours to coach you and tell you what needs to be done? If so, say yes in the chat. Will you allow me to be your coach? I can see Barry went fast, saying yes. Amos saying yes. Who is this? Will you let me be your coach? Vivian, you're saying yes. Thank you. Because I need your permission. It's very difficult to work if you don't give me your permission. Eric Molly, you're saying yes. Panis, yes. Grace, yes. With Jane Wesonga, you're saying yes. Thank you. Thank you for giving me. Alan, yes. Maureen, also I can see you typing it yes. Now, the second question related to the still faster. The thing is, will you allow me to tell you the truth, the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear? This is very important. How to say yes, or you can say yes times 2, or yes, whichever, to show that you're saying yes to both questions. I can see there's someone with infinite say yes, Beryl, yes, Eric, yes, because the hard truth is what you need. Abel, yes. Amos, you're saying yes times 2 for both questions. Maureen, Grace again, yes. Banis, yes. Good. Thank you for committing and giving me permission to be your coach for the next 1.5 hours. Thank you for giving me permission to be able to tell you the hard truth. I can see, okay, someone is asking why is everybody typing yes. Hopefully, maybe you're not hearing. The question is already on the screen. I can see Jane, you're saying hell yes, Washera. Thank you. So this forms the basis of our conversation today because you have given me permission. And I'll tell you the truth, the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear. Because sometimes I'm not here for you to like me, but I'm here to tell the truth. People who want to be liked, they might not tell you the real hard truth. I'm not crazy when I say there's some very successful people who have made it even without a degree. The late Bob Collymore, to the time of his death, he was the CEO of the most profitable company in East and Central Africa, Safaricom. And did you know by the time he was passing on, he did not have a degree? Maina Kageni, a very vocal media personality, still earning a lot of money from employment, still does not have a degree. Jalango just got his degree, not actually graduated the other last year, a time like this. Yeah, but still before that, he had still amassed a lot of success. Here we have Churchill, no degree, but still very successful. How did they do that? That is what we are going to look into. Yeah. And I will start by sharing with you my job search story. Now, back in 2009, I cleared my school. I was looking for a job. I was lucky. It took me about 1 year. In 2010, I got my first real job. According to the Bureau of Statistics, it takes about 3 to 5 years for a fresh graduate, for someone straight from college, to be able to secure a job. To me, that 1 year felt like forever. And I really sympathize with those people who stayed 3, 4, 5 years without a job. It's not easy. Something interesting happened when I got my first job. In the next year, I got invited to over 10 interviews, but I was not getting these jobs. And I wondered, why is it so? But then around 2011, an opportunity came in and I said, I must seize this moment because like this was my dream job. At that particular point, I was working in Siaya under the Computer for School projects, teaching teachers how to use computers for teaching and also teaching students how to use them, computers. But then in Nairobi here, an opportunity came. It's an international school looking for an ICT teacher. And I said, I must apply this job. And that is when I started looking back at why I was not getting these jobs from my previous interviews. And I can narrow it back and say the root of these badass pro skills was then. Now, typically, how does it work? Let's say you apply for as many jobs as possible. If you're lucky, you get invited for an interview. If the interviewers like you, they give you the job and you start the job. Probably it's not your dream job, but because you don't have a job, what do? Nothing to lose. You get into the job. But with badass pro skills, these are tried and tested techniques that will enable you to get predictable results. You are sure, like, if you do this, you will get this. It worked for me. Look at this other email I got from a gentleman called Alexander. He said, I attended a career presentation last time. This Monday, I was interviewed for the position of liaison officer, Kenya Airways. And Wednesday this week, I got the job. It works, right? So in the next now 40 minutes, I would say, my task is to share with you these two main secrets. Secret number one, how to triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates. And secret number two, how to negotiate a 6-figure salary. I want to bring in here a poll and ask, imagine you don't have time for both of them and you have to really, really learn one. Which one would you really, really want to know? Is it number one, how to triumph and over experienced and qualified candidates? Or would it be a 6-figure salary, to how to negotiate a 6-figure? I want you to vote, yeah? There's a poll on your screen. I want you to pick. Imagine we don't have time for both. We have to pick one. Which one would you really, really want to know? Then I will share the results. Yeah, I can see so far, number one is leading with 88%. I can still see someone wants to know how to negotiate a 6-figure salary. Okay, they keep going. I can see about 7 more people who haven't yet voted, 6 more people. Okay, it's quite interesting. Imagine we don't have time for both and you have to pick one. Which one would you really, really want to know? Is it how to triumph more qualified and experienced candidates, or would it be how to negotiate a 6-figure salary? Please put that maybe 2 more seconds. This, I can see some people are still voting. Pick one. Yeah, I think that is enough. One more person. I know there are about 4 people remaining, but maybe I will stop it there. And this is interesting. Let me share with you the results. Oh, and people who are following on YouTube, probably you are not able to see the conversation or the poll, but it's okay. I can see Charity Leader Iotea say, yes, thank you for joining us. As you can see, yes, we have 71%, 77% of people want to know secret number one, how to triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates, while 23% want to know how to negotiate a 6-figure salary. But not to worry, we have time for both secrets, so we will cover both of them very, very quickly. Not to worry, right? Let's start. Number one. Just give it. How do you triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? Now, I remember that story I told you. I was in Tia and I had to get. I was coming for an interview here in Nairobi, and when I went to that interview, after the interview in this international school, I was sure I was going to get that job. Sorry, I think I was muted for a minute. I was saying this, yeah. So I came out from this, job, went for that interview. And after that interview, I was so sure I was going to get that job. And as sure as taxes, I was called the next day. I remember it was a Friday. I'd traveled overnight, then went back to CIA. And on a Saturday, mid-morning, walking towards my house, I received a call. I can remember very vividly. It was a lady who called me and she told me, hello, we're calling you to inform you that we are offering you the job. Thank you for coming for the interview. I was so happy. I was almost jumping in the middle of the road out of excitement, having secured like my dream job. But then that afternoon, something a little bit depressing happened because I received a call from the same number, and it was the same lady who was calling to inform me that they are withdrawing the job offer. And I got a little bit confused. And I asked, why is that so? And she told me they took my name to the board, but they rejected it. Why? Because at that particular point, they were looking to hire an ICT teacher who has experience teaching in an international school, who has experience taking students through the international curriculum and the exam, that is IGCSE. And they had someone at least with some qualification teaching in an international school. Guess what? I had none of those qualifications. And still, I went to that interview and beat those people who had those qualifications and beat those people who had that experience, because they had to pick number two. They wouldn't do the interviews again. So how was I able to do that? I want to tell you this. Once you get into that interviewing room, you have 3 seconds. And in the first 3 seconds, you must be able to showcase these 3 things. Number one, you should show them that you are as sharp as a tack, mentally acute, clever, intelligent, mentally alert. You have your eyes on the ball. This should come straight off the bat within the first 3 seconds. Number two, you should show them that you are as enthusiastic as hell, showing and having great excitement and interest in that role, in that position, in that company, and that specific job that you are interviewing for. And number three, you should be able to show them that you are an expert, you are knowledgeable, and you have the key skills in your area. These 3 things should come straight off the bat. You get into that interviewing room. You have 3 seconds. Now, you might be wondering, how do I do this in 3 seconds? This is crazy. Now, the good news is that this is a learnable skill. I learned it. I've been executing it. I have taught this to other people, and they have learned how to use it. And let me tell you this. Look at this email I got from this a gentleman called Brian. He told me, I'm grateful for your services, and I would like to give you feedback. The CV helped me get 5 interviews. Who get 5 interviews in this day and age? 3 finance assistant position and 2 finance officer position. Lucky enough, I managed to secure a finance officer job, which I'm starting in January. The guy got the job. Another person here, this job grew. She told me, hello, Daniel, thanks for always sharing how to answer questions in an interview. In the beginning of this year, I secured a job that I have been dreaming. She got her dream job, to be a registry officer. And now I am one. Thank you and be blessed. Another very happy customer here. Jen saying, thank you guys for writing my CV in a professional way. I secured myself a job within few months. I am happy for the result. My current employer was so pleased by my CV in such a way I cannot explain. I went for 4 interviews and still emerged the best. Thank you guys. Now, that is the kind of result you get. Now, these are some of the questions I think you might be having, or I got this from some of you sent me. Somebody asked me, how long does it take to be able to get to that level? I'll tell you this. This is a job market whereby you get paid for the value that you bring into the market. You get paid for being valuable as an individual. It takes time to build that value, and unfortunately, you're not paid for the time, but you're paid for the value. Somebody asked me, what about office politics? Oh, I can assure you, office politics is not going anywhere, but I can teach you how you can use this office politics to your advantage. Somebody asked, how can I convince the management that I'm the right candidate, that I'm due for promotion, I can take up more responsibilities? And I think that is already the wrong question. It's very difficult for you to convince the management. It's difficult for you to have people change their mind. You know, convincing is like changing people's mind. But I can teach you how to influence, because influence is a learnable skill, right? Do I need to quit my job? Okay. Some people, but most of the time, not everyone needs to quit the job. The opportunities are right there. It's just you taking advantage of them. But if you have to quit your job, we can do a very quick audit. And if we find some of the red flags that need to be, if those boxes are checked, then yeah, you can quit. But no, you don't need to. Is it possible for me? Yeah, good question. Yes, it is very much possible for you. You have seen it has happened to Brian, Alexander, who else? There was Jeff Grui, me. It can equally happen to you. So I want to say this with a lot of conviction from my heart, that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced. And I want you to repeat this after me, being very serious and with a lot of conviction. Yeah. By the way, if you can say this out loud, it's okay. Say it out loud. If people around you would think you're going cuckoos, just say it quietly, but with a lot of conviction. We can say together that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced. Yeah, very much possible. Oh, before I go to secret number 2. So far, let me ask, checking up on you. How are we doing so far? Are we okay? If you're okay, just give me, you're okay. Let's move on. Are you getting value from this session? If so, say yes, you're getting value. It's okay. Everything you're learning. Yeah, I'm checking with you. Are we together? Is there, at least, are you getting value out of this? Can you see it is important for you to hang around here, and even it was a good decision that you decided to show up. I can see what Shara you're saying. So far, so good. Thank you. Amos, you're saying it's okay. Oh, Alan, I'm good. Great. That is from Eric Molly. Are you seeing value? Are you finding value from this session? Are we good so far? Before even I proceed. Yeah. Abel, you're saying definitely yes. Let me check people who are following us on YouTube. Are you there? Are you finding value? Just say yes. I can see Lillian, you're saying Nikon Dani, and you are following Kapisa. God bless you. Okay, yeah. Lillian, I think I saw some of your comments. You say that, yeah, as much as you're doing all this, maybe to educate your son and they can get this. Great to have you. Great to have you. I can see Grace, you're saying, yeah, we are together. Vivian, is it possible to get the recording? Yes, I'm recording. I'll be able to send the recording by tomorrow. Or you can just follow on YouTube. Yeah, it will be there on YouTube. There is it. If you're following us, it will be better if you want to follow us on YouTube. But thank you. Thank you very much. So let's proceed and get to the second secret. Yeah. Secret number 2, how do you negotiate a 6-figure salary? Now, when I was doing research for this section, I came across this study that was done by JobVite. And this is a very authoritative firm when it comes to HR matters. And they said 84% of salary negotiations always result to a higher pay. I said, whoa, this is some good news. Let me interpret it for you. Chances of you getting a higher salary when you go for a negotiation is very high. 84%. But then the next piece of data just almost depressing, that only 14% of employees actually negotiate their salary in their current job. And I wondered, why is this so? I think most people wait to negotiate their salaries only when they are going to a new job out there, not where they are working. And I want to know, I like doing this here. How many of you have ever tried to negotiate their salary in their current job? I want you to either say yes or no in that poll. Yeah. Have you ever tried to negotiate your salary in your current job? I want to see if this will be the same result that is replicated here. I can see at least one person has ever tried. So far, about 10 people have never tried. 12. 13. Okay, 3 people have tried to negotiate their current salary. Have you ever tried to negotiate your salary in your current job? Yeah, that is the question. Let me check if you're on YouTube. I can see Salah Ahmed, you're saying we're together. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. My question to you, have you ever tried to negotiate your salary in your current job? If you're on YouTube, you might not see the poll. Just say yes or no in the chat. Yeah. And in the next 1 minute, I can see so far we have 3 more people who haven't yet maybe participated in the poll. If you can participate, you can say yes or no, then I can be able to release the result. But actually, this is almost typical, but I can say, yeah, some good one here. I think I will end it there and share the result. Almost a replica, not almost, but at least I can see 24% of people in this group have ever tried to negotiate their salary, their current job. And typically, on average, in the working space, it is 14%. So I would say the group here, it's a much better group. Yeah. Thank you, Salah Ahmed. I can see you saying yes, you have tried to negotiate your salary. Let me stop sharing this and get back to the presentation. So let me say this. Where does it start? Anyone who is confident enough to try usually succeed. So it starts with you having the confidence to negotiate your salary. Yeah. Don't leave it that they will think, they will see it's okay with you. Try. Confidence matters. But on top of the confidence, I want to give you 3 tips that will enable you to be able to negotiate to your salary even much better. Tip number 1, and it might sound so simple and easy, almost is it a tip, but you will see. You need to know the salary that you want before starting negotiating. Yeah, that's simple. Most people get into the negotiating table even without knowing how much they want. Number of times we are negotiating with someone, ask them, how much do you want? They tell me, I want more. I tell them how much is more. Say, I don't know. Right now you're earning 50,000. I give you 50,000 and a shilling on top. Isn't that more? No, you understand what I mean. I don't understand. You need to be very clear. Is it 100,000? Is it 150,000? Is it 270,000? Now, this figure, again, you're not just pulling it from thin air. It should be a figure that is a representation of your worth, a figure that is representing your value. So the big question is, do you know your value? Do you know your worth? The second tip, once you know your value and your worth, when you get to that negotiating table, make the company realize your value. Don't assume they know. Bring all and any evidence that you have to substantiate your value. Let them know what is your worthwhile, your meaningful contribution. What do they stand to lose if you are not there? Because once you change the conversation to be value-based, it is way better than when it's all about, I've been here for the last 10 years. So what? What have you brought in during the last 10 years? Or are you just a liability for 10 years? And tip number 3, it is very important for you to use comparables to be able to justify a higher salary. Do you know how much someone like you, with experience like you, in your industry, on average, how much should they be paid? Because if you don't have these comparables, it's very difficult for you to justify the higher salary. Now, I know people don't share this information openly, but we have tools that are out there that can help you to give you average figures that will help you put your case across. I want you to hold this at the back of your mind. Yeah, these are email I got from a gentleman called Julius. He told me, I am writing to appreciate your work. It is barely 2 months after I used your reviewed CV. I am glad that I have landed 2 jobs. I have taken the one I prefer. I am working towards completing my course, M&E, that is monitoring evaluation, a course we offer here. Career Point Solutions, you're the best. Now, this is a gentleman, barely 2 months, got 2 jobs, and yeah, he had to pick one and let go the other. Another gentleman here called Lawrence sent me an email saying, I am writing, I'm happy to inform you that after you guys reviewed my resume, I have received 3 different calls for interviews within a span of 24 hours. Within a span of 1 week, I have attended all the interviews, and fortunate enough, I have secured all the 3 jobs. This was after a pregnant search for a job for 1 whole year. I only had the difficult task choosing which one to go for, but eventually I opted for one and politely and professionally declined the other 2. Thanks a great deal, and please convey my gratitude to the entire team. Now, yours sincerely, Lawrence. My question to you is, I want you to imagine that you have 2, 3, 4 job offers, and you have to pick one and let go the other. What criteria will you use to decide I'll go with job A and I will let go job B? I want you to tell me in the chat. And the thing is, in a word or two, and I want you to be very frank, and I want you to be very open. The question is, if you got 2, 3, 4 job offers, you have to pick one and let go the other. What criteria will you use to decide I'll pick job A and I'll let job B go? In a word, in a phrase of word, maybe 2 or 3. And if you're very honest and frank, I'll call you out. If you're just being modest, I'll still say you're being modest. I want you to be very frank. Vivian, you're talking about benefit. Thank you. But a much better word we talk about is what Beryl has put across: salary and working condition. Yes, most people choose the job they will pick based on the salary, based on how much they are being paid. Company culture, I like that, but that you're just being job fulfillment. Okay, big modest. Washera, pay and growth opportunity. Growth opportunity means you will be paid more as you proceed. Yeah. Thank you, Grace. Flexibility, work environment. Okay, that's a good one. Jen, I will look for the salary. Yes, salary comes in. By the way, it's not you thinking just about salary, working condition and benefits. You will prefer the one that will be comfortable with me when working conditions. Okay, thank you, Amos. But let me tell you this, a research was done, yeah? And just from what we can see here, the most important consideration in accepting a new job offer, according to Finance Online, was compensation. Eric, you talk about great team. I think you're just being modest. Abel, job security, benefits and salary. Job security, you want to be paid for longer, yeah? Not to be paid this month and then next month you're not being paid. It's all about the money. And I would say, you can see this was a research, 49% is about compensation, 33% is about professional development, and 29% is about better work-life balance. And I'll talk a little bit more about that because it's important for us to consider that, yeah? So let's make this very clear, that it is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it 100%. And I want you to repeat even this after me, together, with a lot of conviction. Let's say it. It is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. Very much possible. Probably these are some of the questions you might be having, yeah, at the back of your head. How do I network with the right people? I like this question because the truth is 85% of high-paying jobs are gotten through networking. 100%. 85. These are jobs that are never advertised. It is not about corruption, but it's about networking and people referring one another for these positions. So for you to network with the right people, I'll give you a link where you can be able to do that. What matters most? Is it experience or qualification? Now, this is a kind of question when I get a little bit worked up. This is where I will tell you the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear. Yeah. The moment I say it is experience is important, some people, let me lay the basis. This question is an escapist kind of question. It's a question that someone asked when they don't want to take 100% responsibility of themselves and where they are in terms of their career. This is a question that you want to escape the reality with. And the reason why I'm saying this is, for example, when I say it's experience, you'll be like, yeah, I knew it. I don't have the experience. That's why I'm not getting the right job. I'm not getting my dream job. When I say it is qualification, you start blaming the qualification. Oh, I knew it. Only if I had a degree, only if I had a master's, only if I had this, I don't have the qualification. Let me tell you this. None of these things matter. What really matters is what you have. Do you have experience? Use it to your advantage. Do you have the qualification? Use that to your advantage. It is not what you don't have that matters. It is what you have in your hands. Stop looking for an excuse. Stop escaping the reality. You're looking for a place to blame. How do I balance work life? I think this is where I said you saw about 29% of people move because of work-life balance. And a word of caution, as you start getting these high-paying jobs, for sure, more will be demanded from you. And you need to be very deliberate in terms of how do you establish this balance. And especially in this day and age where mental health issues are raising up, keep on going up, it's because people are not deliberate about balancing work and personal life. So it's very, very important. Oof, another one. Am I too young? Am I too old? This is another escapist question. And I'll tell you straight into your face. Stop looking for an excuse in your age. Some people say, I'm not getting this job because I'm too young. Where do they expect us to get all this experience? I'm too young. I just finished college. Stop looking for an excuse. Someone will tell me, oh, I'm not getting this job because I think I'm too old. That is an excuse, because there are jobs for each level. There's a job for an entry level, which they use young people. There are some jobs which need experienced people. So if you're young, use that to your advantage. If you're old, use it to your advantage. Not just look at it as an excuse. Take a look at this email. This is a gentleman called Bill Shan who sent me an email and told me, I recently landed my first consultancy with a few Kenya after heeding to your well laid out youth-friendly advice. I'm putting it in quotes because he calls it youth-friendly because I'm younger than him, but it doesn't matter my age, but did the advice that I gave him work? Yes. What really matters is results, not your age. That is just another excuse that you're using. Another question. Excuse me. How do I measure, track, and evaluate my progress? Now, it's so sad when I see some people 3 years, 5, 10, 15 years down the road, only to find out they took the wrong career path. You don't need to wait that long for you to understand or find out that you took the wrong direction. I'll share with you tools that you can use to track and evaluate your progress. Very, very important. How do I fix myself in the succession plan? Oh, I like this question because this is about influence. Remember that question of convincing management, all that. This is about succession. You can fix yourself in the succession plan through influence. Yeah. What are the qualities of a person who is worth 6 figures? Oh, actually, there are 6 qualities. BADAS. BADAS is an acronym, and I'll talk more about that in a short while. Yeah. How do I get started? Oh, I'll just let you know how you get started right away. Yeah. But before I get there, I have this question because this is the foundation again. If I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe that you can get to a 6-figure salary? If so, say, yes, I believe in the chat. My question to you is, if I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe you can get to the 6-figure salary? If you believe, say, yes, I believe in the chat. Beryl, you go first. You're saying, yes, I like that. Amos, yes, I believe. Oh, I like that. Matundra Alex. Oh, this now they are coming. Yes. Eric Molly, yes, I believe. Vivian, yes, I believe. Alan, sure, I believe. Janeway Songa, yes, I believe. Ebel, yes, I believe. I like that. I'm sure it starts with that believing. Oh, let me check if someone is on YouTube. Are you on YouTube? If so, just drop that in the chat and say, yes, I believe. Thank you, Salah Ahmed. I can see you there saying, I have sent my CV for review. Yes, I'm going to get in touch with you. I'll share with you my email address, or you can also send me. So are you there? Abel, you can see you saying, yes, I believe. Thank you. The rest of us, do you believe if I show you exactly how to get to that 6-figure salary, your dream job, you can get to the 6-figure salary? If so, yes, I believe. I can see some people who are still here, or they need more convincing. Yeah. If you are not yet there, if you are not yet a believer. But let me say this. For you to be able to get to that 6-figure salary, yeah, there's this program called the BADAS Pro program. So I want to actually ask for your permission. Is it okay for me? I can see we're still in good time. Is it okay for me to take about 10 minutes, explain to you what this BADAS Pro program is all about and how it can help you to get to that 6-figure salary? And then from there, I'll answer any questions that you might have. I will be able to go. I still have more training that I want to give you. So I'm asking for your permission. Is it okay for me to share with you about the BADAS Pro? I define my own destiny and how you can be able to get started. If so, say yes. Beryl, I can see. Yeah, very much okay. Thank you very much for your permission. Vivian, you're also saying I'm okay. Thank you for that. Maybe I'll wait for Amos, you're saying yes, please. Thank you for your permission. Let me check. Maureen, you're still there. Michelle, Sophie, Washera, Grace. Is it okay for me? I want to take about 10 minutes. Yeah, just explain this. Then I'll answer all the questions that you might have. Oh, Maureen Jage, you're saying yes. Eric Molly, you're saying yes. Grace, yes. Jane Westonga, you're saying yes. It's okay. Thank you for your permission. Washera, you're saying it's okay. Let me check on YouTube who is here. I can see Lillian, you're saying yes, I believe, and you're giving me the permission. Yes. Thank you, Lillian Rayuol. Hopefully I pronounced it correctly. Yeah. Abel, you can see you're saying yes. So let me just take 10 minutes. I really value your time, and that is why I don't want to waste even a single minute of it. I am very proud when I say that I am a BADAS Pro. Now, BADAS is an acronym, and Pro stands for professional. Alan, you're saying cool. Let's proceed. Yeah. BADAS being an acronym, it stands for someone who is, number one, bold, audacious, courageous. They will do what needs to be done to finish the job. An individual who is authentic, who is true to themselves, they're true to their own potential. An individual who is driven, aggressive. Yeah, they have that inner motivation. They don't need someone to constantly supervise them. BADAS Pro is an individual who is aggressive. In this day and age, nothing will be given to you, leave alone on a silver platter. You need to go and grab it. Whatever you believe is yours, go grab it. And at the same time, someone is not only assertive, but also not only aggressive, but assertive. Someone who is skilled. Now, remember that question. What matters most? Is it experience or qualification? What matters most is the skills. The greatest divider between the haves and the have-nots is the skilled and the unskilled. Because if you have the skills, you can get your skills from experience. You can get your skills from your education. But it is that skill which is needed. And finally, an individual who is self-assured, who is confident of themselves. That is a BADAS Pro. Now, these are the 6 qualities that someone who is worth a 6-figure salary is: bold, authentic, driven, aggressive, and self-assured. If you decide to join this program, this is the motto. This is what we stand by. We say, I am a BADAS Pro. I define my own destiny. I create my own luck. I am confident, but not cocky. Quiet, but not silent. Competitive and aggressive. I take 100% responsibility. I never give up. That is our creed as a BADAS Pro. If today you decide, I want to join this program, what are you going to get? The first thing you're going to get is the BADAS Pro 6 weeks coaching program. Now, the value of this is about 100,000. I'm not saying this is the cost of the program, but the value you're going to get out of it. Because in the 6 weeks, I will teach you. The first week, we'll look at how do you get started and become unstoppable. Because once you get into the momentum, no one can stop you. And that is where we take most of the time and effort. Week number 2, I'll teach you to get to know your worth. How much should you be paid? Like, do you know how much you should be paid right now? And once we identify the baseline, we can see how do we continue improving and increasing your worth. Week number 3, we'll look at how you build confidence and competence. Because these 2 things go hand in hand. The more confident you are, the more competent you become. The more competent you are in your job, the more confidence you have. I had this quote by Marcus Garvey, who said that in this race of life, without confidence, you're defeated twice. Week number 4, we look about how do you master communication? How do you master influence? Remember, we talked about you learning how to influence is a learnable skill. And number 3, we also look at how you can be able to master networking. Remember, according to LinkedIn, 85% of high-paying jobs are gotten through networking. I introduce you to the high net worth individuals that you network with, and they connect you with these jobs. Week number 5, I give you the tools to track and evaluate your progress so that 5, 3, 10 years down the line, you don't find yourself, you will pick the wrong career direction or you went in the wrong career path. Week number 6, I give you the nitty-gritties of actually negotiating your salary based on your own skills, based on your own experience, and knowing your worth. On top of the 6 weeks coaching, if you decide to join this program, you will also get one of our professional certification, which again is valued at about 100,000. We have 4 certification. You can pick one of these. Absolutely free. You get it if you join the Badass Pro program. Here you get one of it is project management, monitoring and evaluation. We have strategic management and leadership. We have fundraising and resource mobilization. You pick any of these that you feel like is going to help you. Now, think about it. For you to get into the NGO international organizations, they are looking for people who have skills in project management, project monitoring and evaluation, fundraising, and resource mobilization. On the other hand, on a corporate level, you join in at an entry level, you work a little bit harder, you get a position in mid-level. But for you to start attracting this 6-figure salary, you must find yourself in the management and the leadership of the company. What a better way to influence their decision by letting them know you have a certification in strategic management and leadership. On top of the 6 weeks coaching, you will get professional certification, and also you get professional CV writing. I told you I'll talk about professional CV writing. Now, what is a professional CV? Because most people have CVs, which is just a documentation of where they worked, of where they have went to school, a list of their responsibilities, and maybe their referees. But on the other hand, a professional CV is a document that you use to market yourself. Think about any company with a new product or an existing product. They do market it. They use billboard, newspaper, radio, TV, magazine, brochures, you name them. It's only that me and you don't have the luxury of having a billboard about ourselves. But what we use a professional CV. And we need to be clear, what is it that we are selling? We're selling our skills, our capabilities, our qualifications, and our experience to the employer. According to a very famous study, it is said that it takes about 6 seconds for a hiring manager to decide if they're going to read through your CV or not. Does your CV pass this 6-second test? Let's look at this CV. This is one of the most common CV layouts I've seen out there. Now, this is a CV for a gentleman called Daniel Mutuku, married, Kenyan, see date of birth. Okay, you need 6 seconds, even less. When you look at this, the question the hiring manager is asking, what can this person do? And from what I can see in this information, actually, it does not tell me the capabilities of this person. I don't know what this person can do. We give him a benefit of doubt. We decide to scroll down to the career objective and read. Now, I have picked several career objectives, probably from your CV, because I picked them random from different CVs. And these are some of the objectives that I see over and over. And as I read this, I want you to ask yourself, does your CV resemble the ones that I'm about to show you? Maybe both in tone and style, or sometimes even word for word. I am seeking employment with a company where I can grow professionally and personally. Yeah, what can this person do? As a matter of fact, this statement is very selfish. You're telling them what you want to gain from them rather than what you're bringing on board. I am seeking challenging opportunities where I can fully use my skills for the success of the organization. Good wording, but still saying nothing. I want to succeed in a stimulus and challenging environment that will provide me with advancement opportunity. Again, being selfish. I want to excel in this field with hard work, perseverance. And now my advice to you, if you have this section called career objectives in your CV, go get rid of it. It is not helping you get a job. It is not helping you in the job search. On top of the 6 weeks coaching, you get professional certification. You also get professional CV writing. You get sample cover letters. So far, the value that you're going to get out of this program, adding up, is about 205,000. Now, you might be asking, what is a cover letter? Yeah. Now, a cover letter is a highly customized application letter for a specific position. And I picked a random position. This is an accountant in a certain company. I can't even remember. And I picked 3 key responsibilities I saw there. If you're to work in this company as an accountant, one of the roles would be to review and establish proper accounting system, support budget and focusing activities, and number 3, liaising with internal and external auditors. Now, my question to you is, if you meet this criteria, then somewhere in your cover letter, you should have a statement that reads like this: I have the ability to review and establish proper accounting systems. In my previous employment at ABC, I was involved in liaising with internal and external auditors. such that when someone reads this, they feel like, yes, this is the person that we are looking for. Now, on top of the 6 weeks coaching, you get professional certification, you get professional CV writing, get sample cover letters, and we also give you now a LinkedIn profile guide. Now, in this day and age, you cannot afford not to have an optimized profile on LinkedIn. You know why? Because unlike your CV, which is in your flash disk, in your computer, in your email, a LinkedIn profile is a living CV. It is working for you even when you're asleep. Yeah, people are looking at your profile, and if they don't like what they're seeing, you lose thousands and thousands of opportunity. I want to take a look at this email. This is a gentleman called Shi Salim. He told me, "Hi, Daniel. I would like to thank you for your LinkedIn profile guide service. After your guidance on how to make my LinkedIn account look more professional, I have now been approached by a potential employer, and I am due for an interview on Wednesday next week." This gentleman was not looking for a job. The job was looking for him. And guess what? He got that job. Another one had nothing to do with this, but I asked for her permission. This is Rosaline. And she said, yes, go ahead and share. She said, on 13th March 2021, I posted my very first LinkedIn post to market myself for a job. I was not really sure whether I would eventually have a positive outcome from this, but I kept my head up high. Got called for an interview almost every day last week, and this yielded me a job. Yes, guys, I have a job. You see, LinkedIn is it's the greatest, it's the strongest and the most powerful professional networking platform in the world. And it's free out there, free of charge. Now, on top of the 6 weeks coaching, professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide will also take you through professional interview coaching. And here we are helping you to think through some of the questions that you might be asked in an interview and how do you answer them. 99.99% of the interviews that you attend, the first question will be, tell us about yourself. And how you answer this question will set the pace for the rest of the interview. You know how to answer this question. We will share with you how to answer. And other questions like, why should we hire you? Why did you leave your previous job? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? How much should we pay you? We'll all discuss and prepare you for this. So in general, if you join this program today, this is what you're going to get, something valued at about 210,000. That is 6 weeks of coaching, professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. Now that you know what is involved being a badass pro, my question to you is, are you ready to become a badass pro? If you're ready, drop that in the chat and say, yes, I'm ready. Are you ready to become a badass pro? Yeah. Are you ready? I want to see. Let me check on YouTube here. I can see Kamau is saying, Alan Kamau, yeah, you're ready to become a badass pro. This is good. Who else is ready? If you're ready, drop that in the chat. Yes, I'm ready. Amos saying, yes, I'm ready. Amos, Asante Sana. Jeno Songa, yes, I'm ready. Okay, I think now we are getting the momentum. Yes. Who else is ready to become a badass pro? That bold, audacious, courageous, driven, aggressive, skilled, and self-assured individual. I can see we have Jane Wesonga, Vivian, you're saying, oh yeah, ready. Eric Molly is ready to become a badass pro. Who else is here? Who is here on YouTube? I can see Abel Nyandera saying, yes, ready to become a badass pro. This is super. This is super. So let me say this, yeah. As I had two choices, I was thinking, so how much should I charge for this program? The first choice I had was to go cheap and get as many people as possible. They said, yeah, this looks like a good option. I want to have so many people. Let me have a very cheap price and have as many people as possible. Yeah, sounds more logical, right? But the second option that I had was to ask for a slightly higher investment, which will ensure that I dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success. Instead of having 100 people joining the program and then being unable to deliver on what I've promised, let me have 10, let me have 5 people coming in. And that will mean I will be able to dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success. So the cost of the program is going to be only $24,999, and you can be able to pay in 3 monthly installments of $9,999. This will ensure you get the 6 weeks coaching, professional certification, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. And wait a minute, before you leave, I want to tell you this. Absolutely no excuse for you not to take action, because we have a 100% money back guarantee. If you join this program and 1 month down the line, 30 days, you don't get exactly what I said you will get in this program, let me know, no question asked, you get your full money back refund. Is that okay? So you guys out there, you have 2 choices. The first choice, or the first option you have, is to do nothing, not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. And the second option is to be open-minded and take up this small investment in yourself today and give it a shot. Now, between doing nothing and being open-minded, I want to ask you, what is going to be easier for you? Don't drop it in the chat this time around. Just have it at the back of your head. Now, research has it, it takes about 24 hours. Let me try and explain it. Yeah. In an evening like this that you have learned a ton, and I want to believe that you have already learned a lot. If you don't take action within the next 24 hours, chances of you taking action thereafter drops almost to 0. Yeah. And taking action does not necessarily mean just paying for the program. It's about thinking about, how does my CV look? How does my LinkedIn profile look? Do I need to edit something? Do I need to check my cover letters on site? So I want you to decide that you will pick one thing of what you have learned today and say you will take action within the next 24 hours. Right now is about 8:33. Hopefully by tomorrow, 8:33 p.m., you will have taken action on something. And I want you to promise me that. In this world, and even in this webinar, we have 2 types of people. Those who get an opportunity to change their lives. They agree with me on everything that I've shared with you, and they can actually see how it is applicable in their lives. And guess what? They still do nothing. And the second type of people, these are people who take action and define their own futures. So between these 2 types of people, those who do nothing and those who take action and define their own futures, my question to you is, which type are you? Don't drop me in the chat, have it at the back of your head. Now, I want to answer more questions, and I also have some more training that I want to take you through very quickly. But if you have any question about the Badass Pro program, you can drop me an email. My email is daniel@careerpoint.co.ke, or you can head over to www.careerpoint.co.ke/Badass. Yeah. Now, just before I finish, yeah, let me say this. I have an opportunity for very special people. This Badass Pro program is starting on Monday, and you have from today up to Monday to make at least a deposit of $9,999. But for anyone who decides to take action right now, between now and 9 p.m., before we close, we have about 25 minutes. I am giving you an opportunity to have the 6 weeks coaching and also getting all the 4 certification. That is, you join the Badass Pro program and you also get all these 4 certification. That is Badass Pro, that is project management, monetary evaluation, strategic management, fundraising. And all you need to do is just make a commitment. Now, on top of these 4 courses, I also want to give you a t-shirt and a notebook. Let me stop sharing here for a minute and show you. Hopefully I'm on widescreen. On top of that, you get yourself a notebook saying, I am a Badass Pro. On top of that, you also get a t-shirt that says, I am a Badass Pro. An evening like this, some people decided to take action, and these are just a bunch of them. These are people who became part of this program. You can see this is Helen all the way in Kitui. This is Eunice in Bungoma. This is Scholastica in Kikuyu, Winfred in Kiambu. I also have Clara in Nairobi. This is, was it Petty in Gigiri? This is Margaret in Gatondo, Francis in Mombasa. Even sometimes I can't be able to remember, but these people decided to take action. Willie in Nairobi, is it Gara? This is, oh, so many of them. So I want you to take an opportunity, and this is the opportunity for you to get all the 4 courses. At least make the first deposit of 9,999. Go to Lipa na M-Pesa, pay bill number or till number 715732. If you make that payment, drop it in the chat. Let me know you have made that payment, and I guarantee you, you get the 6 weeks coaching, you get the 4 certification, you get CV writing, cover letter, LinkedIn, interview coaching. You get yourself the t-shirt, you get yourself the notebook, everything. And this is for people who decide to take action. Tonight, we have about, give or take about 20 minutes. I want you to take action and let me know that you have made a payment. But I also want to say this, as I told you, there's still a lot to come. Don't leave yet. The best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. I learned this from Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world. And the reason why they say this is because for every shilling you invest in yourself, you will have 30 shillings return over time. That is a 3,000% return on investment. Where else will you get such a return on investment? Real estate, the best you can get from real estate is 10% per year. Stock market, no, you can't, not at this point. So the best investment is to invest in yourself. You might be wondering, where do I get this money to invest in myself? I also learned this from one of my mentors, Brian Tracy. It is called the 10-10 rule. And it states that we are brought up in a society where we take 10% of our income and tithe it. We use it to help other people. I put it to you, why not take another 10% of your income and tithe it to yourself? Use it to help yourself. Use that 10% to invest in yourself, to fund your personal development fund, because that is where you're going to get the highest return on investment. I am giving you an opportunity to invest in yourself today. Make that first deposit of 9,999. You get all the 4 certification. If you pay, as I told you, this offer is on until Sunday midnight because we start our coaching on Monday. But if you pay between 9 p.m. today, for cash tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, you will only get one of the certification. So this is your opportunity to get all the 4. You will never get an opportunity like this anywhere else. Thank you very much. I can see there's a question here. Jane Wesonga, what is the success rate of Badass Pro? I love how detailed, let me go. I love how the detailed program is at 100% success rate. Every person I have worked, let me say 99.99, but every person that I work with, they get to go through the whole program. By the end of it, give or take, they are able to secure a very good paying jobs in these international organizations, in NGOs. And I'll just show you some. Actually, I think the next one should be a testimonial to show you someone who got a job, started even actually getting interviews once they started using what I teach. So I am very happy that you're interested. I wish you can take advantage of this offer before it disappears. Barry, what wasn't clear? Okay, what was not clear? I'm not sure what you're saying was not clear. If you can have your question, I'll be very happy to answer. That is very. Can one get CV and LinkedIn guidelines first as we arrange for them? Yes. Now, here's the thing. CV writing, cover letter, those are services that we offer separately, and they have their own cost. You can pay for that, but when you join the Badass Pro program, you get these services for free. So when you join the program, you're not paying for them. But if, for example, you had paid for CV writing, I don't know, 2,000 or 1,000 or 2,500, and you want to join the Badass Pro, we will actually deduct that amount. So you will not pay the full 24,999. You will pay minus the 2,000 you had paid. So if you're here and you had paid earlier, that is an advantage for you. Oh, you're saying it is clear now. Thank you, Barry. Let me say this, as we proceed. Oh, here we go. Jen Wesonga, I want you to take a look at this email. This is an email that was sent by a lady called Lucy. And this is this year, yeah, just a few months ago, June. This is what she had to say. Dear Daniel, I cannot be grateful enough for the Badass Pro training that came with a professionally made CV and sample cover letters. In the span of 2 months, I have managed to get 4 interviews from very reputable international organizations such as ILRI, One Acre Fund, among others. With my new CV and cover letter, sample cover letters that I customized to suit various positions, I am now confident to apply for jobs in the UN agencies. And honestly, I am hopeful and confident that that is my next employer. For quite a while, I hadn't been receiving invitations. It is no longer the case anymore. Thanks a lot, and God bless you for the good work and always being ready to help. This is a lady, barely 2 months, she started seeing the results. And right now, she has secured herself a very good job with an international organization. So I can assure you, that's why I was saying, I better have fewer people, ask for a bigger investment, a slightly higher investment, and that will mean I will dedicate my time and effort. And that is my guarantee for you, Jane Wesonga. Are we good? Yeah, probably. Let me ask you this. How would you feel if you were passed on a promotion because you did not have the right skills? Yeah. How would you feel if the person next to you gets that big break because they understood networking and you didn't? And I see this so many times. And on the flip side, how would you feel if a time like this next year, you're debt free, you're living in your dream home and planning your next vacation? This is possible if you decide to take action tonight, right away, because the universe rewards those people who take action. I actually believe that the universe conspires to make dreams come true to those who take action. And this is your opportunity for you to take action, take advantage of this live offer. Those people who pay right now, when you are live, you get all the 4 certification, you get all the 6 weeks coaching, professional CV writing, sample cover letters. Oh, I can see someone here. My team. Okay, I think my team is telling me, yeah, I think someone has already paid. I'll just confirm the name. Yeah, they can send me. Okay, so this is your opportunity. Join, make that investment, make that commitment and say, I want in. This is what I have right now, but let me see how I can sort the rest. Yeah, I can see there was that question. Oh, where is it? I know some people send me that. Vivian, you are talking about, yes, you can pay even for civil guideline, but sometimes, let me teach you, this is negotiation tactic. All right. Whenever you go into that negotiation table, and when you're trying to do some mediation, each group, each team has their own demands. Yeah. And for you to be able to persuade people, like right now, I've already said, this is how much it costs for the program. You can say, yeah, I understand, but this is what I have right now. Can it work? Then we can be able to agree. Some people on a live call like this, they say, yes, I don't have that amount of money, but I can make a commitment. I can put my 1,000. That is what I have right now. I can put my 2,000, but by tomorrow or by Sunday, I'll have cleared the first deposit. You see, it's about you speaking out yourself. This is what I have. This is what you have said, but can we agree? Because I know, again, this has been impromptu. You had not planned for this. So it's important for me to mention this. I learned this from Jim Rohn, one of my mentors, again. He said, don't evaluate something based on how much it costs, but evaluate something based on how much it is worth. When you are focused on the cost, you lose the point. Oh, this program is too expensive. You're just thinking about the cost. But when you say, how much is it worth? Actually, how much it is worth is what it is costing you if you don't join the program. Staying in that job that you don't like. Keep on searching for a job, being stuck, feeling stuck, and not being satisfied at your work. So evaluate based on its worth. You guys, I know you have big goals. And for you to be able to achieve these big goals, I have a challenge for you. Let the size of your goal be equal to the size of the investment that you put in yourself. Not investing in real estate, in stock market, in other things. How much you invest in yourself. This is your opportunity to invest and to show that you have that big goal that you want to achieve. I'm giving you 6 weeks of coaching, all these 4 certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, interview coaching, and all you need to take advantage of this. Make at least that first deposit of 9,999. Go to Lipa na M-Pesa, till number 715732. Thank you. I've been told Robert is in, joining the program. Who is next? Maybe I need 3, 4, 5 more people. Then I can be able to take my time through this journey. December, by January, I'm sure by the time the year starts off, we'll have secured your job. You might be there and wondering, where do I get this time for learning? Yeah, I'm already having a very tight schedule at work, at home. I'm very busy. Let me mention this. I came to learn about this called the E to E ratio, and it is education to versus entertainment. And the top 5% of the most successful people carve out 95% of their time to education and only 5% on entertainment. While the bigger majority of the population, they spend 95% of their time in entertainment. And entertainment does not mean just going to parties and such stuff. How much time do you spend on Facebook, Instagram, the social medias? How much time do you spend chatting and gossiping or just talking and having a meaningful conversation? That is entertainment. And I want you to be very deliberate in terms of taking your time to educate yourself. Where do you get this time? I have 3 suggestions. You need to be very purposeful with your time. If today you decide that you're going to create a morning or evening routine, you'll be surprised how much time you can create. Assume you wake up at 6 a.m. Decide you will be waking up 10 minutes early every day. By the end of the year, you will have created over 3,650 hours, which gives which is about, 15 hours you have created. I use that. Only 10 minutes per day. Commute time. Here in Nairobi, on average, you spend 2 hours on traffic. In the morning, 1 hour, in the evening, 1 hour. And it can go up or low, depending on where you stay and where you work. Why not use that time for your own education? 2 hours per day times 250 working hours in a year. Those are over 500 hours. Before and after working hours, I don't want you to steal time from your employer. Decide I'll get to my work early, 30 minutes at 7:30, between 7:30 and 8 is my own personal development time. Everybody leaving at 5, I'll stay from 5 to 5:30 or 6 and use that time to develop yourself and grow yourself. Quite an amazing way to be purposeful with your time. Here's an opportunity. Get the 6 weeks coaching, 4 certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. We have 10 more minutes to go. If you make that deposit, you will join Robert. You will also join, okay, I can see there's a question here. 3 months, and each is 997 for all the package. Please clarify. Okay, here's the thing. The total cost, if you pay all at once, it will be 24,999. But you can make payment 3 monthly installments of 9,999. When you pay in installments, is usually slightly expensive. But if you take action tonight, right now, I will lock it in for you. The balance, it will be 24,999. So if you pay the 9,999, you will be having a balance of about 15,000. Yes. So the 3 monthly installments, 9,999. But guess what? Let me even do some simple maths for you. You know, by the first installment, by the time you are finishing 1 month, you will have already gotten the 6 weeks of coaching. Almost. You're already 4 weeks in. But I still give you time to pay after that. We will still finish the coaching and you still have money. You will have finished payment. Why? Because I'm confident by the time you finish and you get that job. I've seen some people we have agreed, they were paying, I think, 2,000. Was it this year? Yeah, this year, around May. Someone was paying 2,000 every 2 weeks. By the time they were finished the first month, they got the job, they came back and cleared the whole balance. So it is not much of the money, It's much about you committing. And once you make that commitment, things change. It is said, people pay attention when they pay. And that is why it is not for free. Only when you commit and you put in your money, I can tell you something happens and you will work, things will work out for you. Is that okay? Hopefully I'm clear, Washera. Matundra, your question is, we sent CV for review. Do you expect them back or do we have to? Okay, to review, we will give you the review either way. But if you join the Badass Pro, we will now get the professional CV writing. Yeah, there's a difference between a review and the professional CV writing. But review is just telling you, this is what is your good with your CV. This is what is bad. You can change it, add this and all that. But I like the questions. Yeah. As I finish, I think this is the last thing I want to mention. Yeah. Oh, let me confirm that we are okay. Just confirming, I will be appreciate if you can drop that in the chat and say, yeah, we are together. You can see, you can hear me, not see me, or you can see the presentation. Are we together? If you're there. Okay, let me confirm, check mic. Okay, Abel, you're confirming, you can see. Okay, good. So I've in some light here. That is the thing with the KPLC. You never know. But yeah, good. I was well prepared. I had my backup power. I had my backup internet. I can see the presentation. That is Alan Kamau. Amos, thank you for your feedback. Abel, thank you for your feedback. Then let me just finish. I want to finish up this. I can, before power points to me. We have 8 more minutes. Very quick. You will never be 100% ready when an opportunity arises. That's a And so what do? Just do it. The next thing I also want to mention is that your greatest fear carries your greatest growth. If you're there and you're feeling the fear, you're not sure if you should do this or not, and that fear is holding you, let me tell you this, that's a good thing. That's a good signal. It means that you're about to do something that is outside your comfort zone. And that is why you're feeling that fear. Because your body, of course, does not like doing things that are outside their control, things they are not used to. And when you have that fear, it's a good thing because it's showing you that your growth is about to take place. And this is how it works, yeah? You start in your comfort zone. This is where you're safe, you're in control. But the thing is, in your comfort zone, it is low risk, low return. But then you get an opportunity like this, you start falling into the fear zone. You start looking for an excuse. Of course, you feel low in self-confidence. Am I sure? Should I do this or not? You start looking for an excuse. Maybe I'll say I don't have the money, or I didn't know, so I hadn't planned. And you also start wondering, what other people will say about you. You are affected by fear. He feel that fear because it's going to the comfort zone, or are you? Because in the learning zone, this is where you face new challenges. You start learning how to solve problems. You acquire new skills, and you extend your comfort zone. And only then will you be able to push it to the learning and growth zone. So the question to you is, as you're feeling that fear, will you fall back to the comfort zone, or will you pursue and continue and get to the growth zone? The question is, make that first deposit and we'll be able to get the 3 or the 4 certifications I'm currently out of a job. I like Washera. Thank you for that. By the way, drop tomorrow morning, but I like that. I like the fact that you're willing to negotiate, but at the same time, you want to commit. Yes. So send me your number. Just send me your number. Thank you for. So I think this take much time here. Boys, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. As we started, I asked these two questions. Will you let me be your coach? You said yes. I asked you, do you want me to tell you the hard truth? You said yes. And I want to believe that I've done that. Have I actually coached you? Have I guided you? Have I told you the truth that you need to hear? And if it is yes, the question is, do you want this to be the end of it? Or do you want this to be the beginning? And that decision you make is not based on just saying, yes, I want it to be the beginning, or no, I want it to be the end. It is you taking action. If you decide to take that action today and join the Badass program, like Robert, like Washera, I will help you. You will join. We'll negotiate. No problem about that. I've gotten the number. You're saying, yes, I want this to be the beginning of this conversation. Like Jane Songa, I can see you saying, yes, I want to be part of this conversation. I want it to be the beginning. But if you let it go today, then unfortunately, it becomes the end of this conversation. I might have inspired you, but that is not enough. And that is why it is 6 weeks. I want to stick with you until you get the results that you need. Are we together to be the beginning? Send me your number also. I think January Songa, I'll be very happy. Yeah. Send me your number. Yeah, I see. I would like also to join. Would you like? Yes. And I want you to make a commitment. You can send me your number. I'll give you a call. I've sent you a direct message. When you send it, it is easy. We'll be able to talk with you. But for the rest, that's it. I'm very happy. I want to believe that I've kept time. We have 2 more minutes. So those 2 more minutes, I will ask you a question. What would you say is your greatest takeaway from this session? What would you say you have taken home and say, yeah, I've learned this. At least I'll go out there and use it. Yeah. Vivian, I can see you also want to negotiate too. Okay. What do you mean? Send me your number. I want to send you a direct message here. Yeah. Just send me your number. Send me your, okay. I think I sent. And then we can be able to talk. We'll be able to talk. I'll give you a call tomorrow. We can see how to go. But I think, yeah, Washera, I've seen the number, the rest. So the rest of us, what have you learned? What is your takeaway from today? If you would summarize, what would you say? This is the one thing I've learned, and I will not let that go. Drop that in the chat, yeah? I don't know if I'll have time to read all of them because I want to keep time. I like keeping time. I respect your time. The fact that you have taken your time. Vivian, I've seen the number. I'll give you a call tomorrow morning. Right now, we need to debrief with my team. Hopefully, you also join. As I told you, I only need 5 or 3 more people so that I can dedicate my time and effort. Yeah. The rest of us, what is your takeaway? What have you learned from this session tonight? Thank you, Michelle. I think you have been there throughout. Sophie, you might have joined us. Grace, I can see you are there since we began. Alan Kamau, Banis, Murugi, what is your takeaway? What have you learned today? I'll be happy to know that. Let me know. On YouTube, how are we proceeding? Okay, I can see does one need to join to have a certain certificate in college? No, Vivian, I like that question. This is not just about you having a college degree or a certificate, but this is about getting the right skills that you need to position yourself for these jobs. Yeah. So thank you for the question. I know I'll give you a number. We'll be able to talk. Vivian, I know you have a son who's 22. I told you, let him finish school. I'll help him get a job. I know you struggle. I know you put in the time and effort to take him through school. It will not be a waste. Jane Songa, I've seen your number. Can at least someone say in the chat, what have you learned today? We have 1 more minute. At exactly, I close it, yeah? I respect your time. I respect your effort that you have been able to show up. I want to believe this was a valuable session. It wasn't a waste of my time. It wasn't a waste of your time. I can see some people don't want this to be the end. You have seen the value when it comes to coaching. It's having a mentor, someone to guide you, someone to tell you the truth and be there for you when you need most. And some people have decided, yes, I want this to be the beginning. I don't want it to be the end. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you. Who was this? There was Washera. I got the 3 numbers, and also Robert. I really want to say thank you. And until next time, I'm out. I think it's already 9 p.m. And to respect your time. Oh, your takeaway there. Networking is key. Okay. Thank you, Washera. Networking is key. Network. Oh, this is the time the Nini are coming in. Oh, no wonder I was not seeing. Oh, let me read them very quickly. Oh, Washera, you're saying your key takeaway, networking is key. Thank you. Alan, your key takeaway, my takeaway is know one's value and what you are bringing to the table before any negotiation or on remuneration. Good takeaway, Alan. Oh, at least I feel I didn't just waste my time, yeah? Or I didn't waste your time. We both